Welcome in, everyone. It is time for some more Subathun and also more Fall in Love Visual Novel Fest. But right now, we'll be playing Ookami Okami, which is by the same devs behind the game that we played last night, Death and Theology. Mushroom Mallow. Let me read the little tidbit that I got from them about this in the email, if I can remember how to do things. There we go. Okay. An otome, set in a charming traditional Japanese inn with slow burn romance, immersive point-and-click gameplay, and hidden secrets to uncover throughout the story. Players play as a once elderly innkeeper, Okami, who died and gets isekai'd into the spirit realm as a studying wolf spirit. Okami. Very exciting. And it should take more or less an hour to play, because I will be reading each line verbally, as I tend to. Yeah. So far, I already like the music and the art, so that's always a great sign. Oh yeah, and if you missed it, I am Booney right now, because that was one of the model spin redeems after adding Catman's commission to the timer and goals and stuff, and that just reminded me I forgot to add. But yeah, let's get right in for real. Let's go. Well, this is it, isn't it? Says Akine. I pressed my palm against the counter, feeling its every imperfection worn smooth by years of care. Every step in these halls, every creak on the floorboards, I've memorized them all. After tonight, none of it will belong to me anymore. Strange, I thought I'd feel sadder. I spent a lifetime here, and I'm too old to take care of it. We could just pretend this is an old voice. I don't really do those. A ryokan traditional Japanese inn without its keeper is just an empty house waiting to be forgotten. How many times have I cleaned these counters and mopped these floors, greeting guests who came and went like fleeting whispers? I wonder if I would ever find someone to walk these halls with me, not just pass through them. Someone who would wake up beside me every morning. But no one stayed. No one made an impression. I made my way toward the onsen, hot spring. My knees protesting with every step. I should have let myself enjoy life more. A persistent thought haunted me, refusing to fade away even in the quiet moments after the guests had departed. Did I live well? I spent my youth building this place, holding on to it with everything I had. And in the end, there's no one left to hold on to me. So, that's the real regret. Well, it's too late to dwell on it now. I brace a hand against the wall as I push myself upright. My back cracks, but I force myself to stand with a groan. But my foot slips. Uh-oh. There's a moment of weightlessness, followed by a sharp crack as the back of my head meets the stone. Oof. Then, cold. Water rushes over me, pulling at my limbs. My fingers grasp for an anchor, but meet only emptiness. As the world blurs and my vision tilts, I catch a glimpse of the steam swirling above, rising into a night sky that feels infinite and dark. Perhaps in another life. Meow. My head feels like someone's hosting a drum circle in there. I inhale, hoping to be greeted by the cozy sense of aged wood and warm sake, but instead, what is that smell? Salt, fragrant smoke, and sweet aroma of osmanthus? Instead of my dimly lit ryokan room, I see red, a bridge covered in mist. And this isn't my ryokan. Nope, not even close. A sharp chill sinks into my spine. I died, didn't I? The red bridge of souls. I've heard the stories. A place between, a crossing for lost souls. And here I am, on a bridge between a life already lived and whatever comes next. But why does everything sound so loud? I can hear whispers, low murmurs, the occasional laughter. Seriously, my ears are starting to ache. Wait, ears? A creeping suspicion settles in. I lift my hands. Those aren't my hands, are they? My fingers are slender, smooth, sharp nails, sharper than I remember. Claws? My breath catches. I stare at my arms, my legs. No more wrinkles, no more gnarled knuckles, no more aching bones. Instead, I am youthful, glowing, radiant. Oh, it's just cute. Oh my. My jaw drops. I pat down my arms. Firm. I press my hand to my stomach. Flat. I trail higher. No way. My hands fly to my chest. And they're perky. You know what, real over? By the spirits above, I have breasts again. Perky, full, no sag, no back pain. This is a miracle. These are the breasts of a woman in her prime, not a retired ryokan owner who needed at least 2 layers of fabric and a prayer to hold them up before. Before I can fully appreciate this cruel miracle, something moves behind me. No. I turn my head slowly. A tail. A red furred tail sways behind me, wagging. Oh. My hands tremble even more, trying to make sense of everything. My skin, my tail, my lack of... Oh. I'm naked. She got there. I'm as bare as the day I was born, but with the tail, claws, and apparently some kind of breast enhancement. No. A breeze rolls across the bridge. My entire, very exposed, freshly revived, nobody was supposed to see this body, prickles. Stay calm, stay dignified. But of course, there is no dignity left to be had. I crouch down, wrapping my arms around my knees and curling my tail around myself like I'm trying to create a makeshift modesty shield. But I am not alone. I hear footsteps, no, more like claw steps, followed by rustling robes, and then something that sounds suspiciously like skittering. I do not turn to look. Absolutely not. I am not entertaining whatever fresh horror that was. A shadow looms behind me. A robed figure glides past, does a double take, then slowly backs away. Another one, sporting a long serpentine tail, grins at me, showing off a mouthful of sharp teeth. I pretend I didn't see it. Okay. Breathe. Red bridge, spirits, the rules of death. And then I'm surrounded by spirits, possibly man-eating spirits. I will not be making eye contact with anything that looks like it might eat me. You know what? Fair. Understandable. Deep breath. Focus. I've handled rowdy nobles, drunken guests, and several matchmaking attempts. I can handle this. Alright. First things first. Clothes. And then I figure out what in the world has happened to me. I push myself up. Careful. Composed and... New arrival, huh? Cute tail. Followed by a burst of laughter. I'd rather die again. Alright, steady. My fingers twitch and my instincts whisper. Lower yourself. Move gracefully. Prowl. But no, my dear. I'm a lady of refinement. I've spent my life walking with dignity, grace, and a fair amount of back pain. I do not prowl. Come now, old girl. You've handled worse than this. I steel myself. Back straight, chin up. Oh no, too fast. Suddenly, gravity remembers I exist. This is so funny. I love this. The bridge vanishes. The lanterns blur. The night air rushes past me like a betrayal. Not this again. Oh no. Water, again. But this time it feels different. I seem to be breathing underwater. An improvement from earlier, but also an insult. Didn't I already drown today? I feel like I should get a free pass on the second one. But before I could decide to stay here out of sheer stubbornness, the water stirs. A hand grabs me with a firm grip that says, "Stop embarrassing yourself and get out of my river." Before I could properly swim at the sheer commanding nature of it, I'm pulled upward. My hand breaks the surface and, finally, I see him. My, a him. Just like me. Oh my. Now I've seen many men in my life. Strong men, handsome men, men who paid extra for the pirate on said package. But this one, he is something else entirely. Ooh, okay, understandable. White hair slicked back against sharp, sculpted features. Mask covering a tall, broad figure clad in heavy robes, looking every bit like an ancient spirit who has been reluctantly saddled with bodyguard duty. His breath is steady, but I see the exhaustion in his stance. He looks like an old war banner, torn, faded, but still standing out of sheer spite. Which is still terribly attractive, by the way. Which is real for that. And then I feel warmth. His outer kimono draped over my shoulders, his hand lingering just long enough to ensure it stays. My. It's been quite some time since I was last embraced by a handsome young man, and with such grave solemnity, too. You alright? Tell him he looks dashing. I feel like she's very likely to be the type to just, start gushing over him. But yeah, okay, we'll tell him he looks dashing. Oh my, I am fine. Thank you so much for asking, and now that I'm up close... I let my gaze wander to the strands of white hair clinging to his skin, his mask gleaming subtly, and an expression I cannot see. You look absolutely dashing. He responds with a long, heavy silence, perhaps the longest in the world. I savor it. Can you walk? Oh, quite well, actually. Gracefully, even. Would you like a demonstration? I wink, but his shoulders tense as a response. He does not like that answer. Good. I'll be saying worse things before the night is over. She is so funny. I love her. Finally, bracing himself, he extends his hand. Come, I will help you cross. Is that an offer? I glance at the bridge, the treacherous thing that abandoned me, not once, but twice. Well, since you're insisting... I take his hand. He stiffens, but his grip is strong. I file this reaction away for future entertainment. And together, we walk. This is a dream, isn't it? Does it feel like one? I hum, observing him as if he were an interesting specimen. Oh, well, I can tell he's beautifully exhausted beneath that mask. I don't know. You're rather intriguing for a dream. His grip on my wrist tightens slightly. Ah, that got reaction. Because it is not a dream. Oh, I was hoping that was the part where you swept me off my feet and declared yourself my spirit husband. He huffs, clearly regretting pulling me out of the water. You're a yokai now. The words hit me like a ladle of cold miso down the back. That is very specific. I thought as much, but hearing it said aloud. So this is real then. Well, Akine, you have two choices. Fall into an existential crisis, or flirt your way through it. How scandalous, or how odd. I feel like we have to say how scandalous. It's the objectively funniest answer. I blink up at him, pretending to be all innocent. Oh my, how scandalous. Am I a pretty one? His ellipsis is really funny. You're an Ookami, great wolf deity. You're not answering my question, dear. I notice his shoulders tense up a bit. His fingers flex like he's deciding between folding his arms or saying something. I grin. My tail swishes behind me, matching my glee. He lets out a tiny grunt and turns his head like that'll end this conversation. We should keep moving. Oh, he is fun. Alright. So it's true, then. I died with unfinished business and came back all supernatural. Humans do not become yokai without cause. Let me guess. Strong emotions, right? The classic cocktail all-in-one: desire, longing, and a splash of regret. They always say intense feelings linger after death, and I was practically soaked in it. You understand, then. I curl my fingers into the fabric of the kimono around me, grounding myself. It's real, heavy, like the weight of everything I couldn't let go. I didn't want to die alone, and that was my final thought. For a moment, only the river answers me. It was powerful enough. Well, all that yearning, and I ended up in a damp kimono with a masked stranger and amazingly good shoulders. So, this is what becomes of women who want too much, Or simply enough to refuse fading quietly. Not a denial, nor an answer either, but close enough. I spent my entire life running a ryokan, only to die and become a yokai. Some might call that a bit on the nose. Oh well, alright then, what now? You decide that. A remarkably casual response for something that should be an important revelation. As simple as that? Yes. After all, even as a yokai, it's still your life. So it comes with free will. Excellent. I was hoping this wouldn't be one of those ominous bow to an ancient curse situations. There's the faintest smirk tugging at the corner of his mouth. Disappointed? Devastated. I look past him, at the mist-covered bridge ahead. And where exactly were you heading before I made my graceful descent into the river? Home. Home, And where might that be? There. He lifts his chin slightly, as if on cue. The mist moves to reveal a structure at the end of the bridge. Is that a ryokan? Yes. A ryokan in the spirit world. Indeed. And you live there? Yes. I cross my arms, sizing him up. He's as unreadable as ever, but everything about his tone is humoring me. With rooms? Yes. And as one of those rooms just so happens to be empty? He shifts ever so slightly, realizing that he was walked straight into whatever trap I have set. Perhaps. Oh dear, very fortunate for me. His arms cross over his chest, and for a second, I swear he's fighting back the urge to smirk. And you attempt to claim it, just like that. Well, I did just die and come back as a yokai. I feel like that entitles me to at least one complimentary perk. One. For now. I tap my chin, pretending to think. Tell you what, I'll earn it. Let me help you out of your inn. Sweep a few hallways, clean the guest rooms, and look breathtaking while doing it. It'll be a fair trade. There's a beat of silence, then. I have made a mistake. Wonderful, I'll take it. A long, slow exhale escapes him, and for a moment, I think he might just walk right back into the river to escape this. Instead, without another word, he simply turns on his heel and continues walking. I follow him with a grin on my face. Cute. The ryokan looms ahead, and I can see the wooden panels softened by time and lanterns hanging limp from the eaves. It isn't in ruin, but it looks like it wouldn't mind the excuse to be. This is not quite what I pictured. Not exactly. Welcome, weary traveler. Enjoy your stay, is it? No. I give him a sidelong glance. He says nothing, but his pace is steady. This isn't how it used to be, is it? It was. A neat little deflection, but I haven't lived long enough to recognize it. Ah, I see. So you expect me to believe this place was always this charming? I could practically hear the unspoken sigh before it leaves him. You're not going to let this go, are you? Not a chance. Wait, is that amusement I detect? And then at last, we step inside. Oh. Not the good kind of oh, more like the, oh dear, what have I stumbled into? When you open a drawer and find an ancient bento that could double as an exorcism result. It's worse than I thought. Your ryokan should be warm and inviting, but this place, it feels like it's waiting for someone to tell it it's over. This is a disaster. Yes. Just the straight up yes is really funny. Wow, just like that? No attempt to sugarcoat it? Would you believe me if I tried? Fair point. What happened here? I lost the power to run it. You say that like you misplaced it under a cushion. Would have been easier if I had. Oh, interesting. And how long has it been like this? Very long. That, at least I believe. I should just walk away. This is not my problem, nor my responsibility. But still, I know this feeling. I've lived this feeling. I know what this is like. You're far too tired of keeping this place, but you know it will die with you if you don't hold it together. His hands are unmoving, but his shoulders tremble, betraying him. Looks like I hit a nerve. Have you changed your mind then, about staying here? I blink. That wasn't what I planned to say, but looking at this place, I can't see an end like this and walk away. Not when it still has bones strong enough to stand. No, I haven't changed my mind. I'm not just going to help out. I'm going to help you revitalize it. Because deep down, even after death, I'm still an Okami. Still someone who believes in like this deserves life. Hope. Yes, surely you haven't been left to your own devices for so long that you've forgotten what that means. I'm aware of the concept, but I don't need it. I'm not sure about that, nameless man. Oh, I'm sure you don't, but that doesn't mean you should turn it down. People offer help, then they leave midway, make it worse. So don't think of it as help then. Think of it as professional meddling. Persistent. And you're stubborn. He exhales slowly, as though bracing himself. And what do you gain from this? A place to stay, obviously. You want to stay with me, even though we just met. He sounds more amused than betrayed. Yes, well, technically I just died, so I think I'm entitled to make a few impulsive decisions. Besides, it's either you're creepy Yurikon or wandering around until something with detachable jaws decides I look crunchy. And my gut says, you're not the type to take advantage of a woman. I tilt my head slightly, watching for a twitch or any sign of protesting. Nothing. Just calm, tired silence. Besides, you need help, and I need purpose. Let's not complicate a mutually beneficial arrangement. And do you assume you could do better in keeping this place than me? I know I can do better. His ears prick up as if I was genuinely surprised him. And you claim experience, then? Dear, I used to walk barefoot through corridors, balancing ledgers, calming guests, and yelling at staff all before breakfast. I let the silence hang, watching him piece it together. You were an Okami in your past life. Ah, so you do listen. A dangerous skill, I know. Then tell me, Okami-san, what would you do to improve it? For starters, get rid of the cobwebs before they start charging rent. There's dust on every surface. The lanterns are so dim I thought we were holding an exorcism. And I'm pretty sure I felt something evil whispering in that cupboard. I motioned toward the dust-covered reception table next. This looks alarmingly shoddy. Guests should feel welcome, not like they're auditioning for a background role in a ghost story. I glanced toward the empty seating area, where the chairs look rather dusty and unkempt. My ears lower instinctively. The sight tugs at quiet ache in my chest. This place was meant to be lively, and now it just sags. Back in my ryokan, oh, what a time that was. The lanterns always glowed warmly, the sake never stopped flowing, and I knew the name of every guest who ever dared to flirt with me. I may have been alone behind the curtains, but the halls never were. Laughter, footsteps, whispers in the night, sometimes scandalous, sometimes not. It was a home, noisy and beautiful and alive. While this is a shrine to silence. This whole place is a tragedy. And you believe you can fix this? I know I can fix this. Arrogant. If you're as skilled as you claim. Yes, if. But you're welcome to test me. He studies me for a long moment, and then I catch the precise moment he realizes he's going to lose this argument. Fine, but don't blame me when you fail. Ah, there's the answer I was hoping for. You will work here then. Naturally. And you will follow my rules. It's a fine follow. The man just turns on his heel, expecting me to follow. This is going to be entertaining. Well then, now that you've sort of accepted my offer, I suppose I should at least know who my boss is. Shimon. And who exactly are you, Shimon? I am one of the 4 mythical beasts. He answers with the casual indifference of someone commenting on the weather. I beg your pardon? The Azure dragon, the vermilion bird, the white tiger, the black tortoise. I am the white tiger, in case you couldn't tell. As in, the white tiger? The very same. Slowly, I let my gaze travel up and down, actually looking at him. This frail, wilting daikon radish of a man is the legendary Byakko. Huh. He watches me with quiet amusement. This man definitely knows what I'm thinking. And how, pray tell, does one of the 4 mythical beasts end up like this? That is not important. I think it's very important. You're free to think so. I exhale sharply through my nose. Fine, I'll let it go, for now. Fine, let's start over, then. I am Okine, former Okami of Ryokan Tsukikage in the human world. I ran my ryokan for decades. I know how to handle guests, manage staff, and maintain order. Do you now? A challenge. Oh, delightful. Dear, I once managed a summer festival, 3 weddings, and a pine burst all in one day. Pipe burst, not pine. Pine aren't known for bursting. While wearing a kimono with a busted hem, I practically breathe hospitality. I kept that place running on time, under budget, and with guests so happy they left gifts. Shimon doesn't answer before shaking his head sarcastically. Bold words for a wolf who drowned in a river. Excuse me? I was not the one who was fished out like a wet, shivering pup. I was just testing the current. How fortunate, then, that I arrived before you test reached its conclusion. Fine, he won this round. And welcome, then, to your new home. Well then, boss, shouldn't you have been showing me around? Surely you have some idea of what I'm supposed to be doing. Perhaps. Their dynamic is very good. He moves with the grace of someone who refuses to acknowledge his own exhaustion. Naturally, I match his pace. If I wanted, I could glide ahead effortlessly. But there's something entertaining about watching him pretend he's not running on sheer willpower alone. Just as I'm considering how long he'll keep up the act, I catch sight of my reflection in a dusty mirror. Right. I'm still wearing his robe. It's scandalously slipping off one shoulder, draping around me in a way that could either be elegant or suggestive, depending on the lighting. My, and here I am, strolling through your home in nothing but your clothing. What would the spirits say? Siobhan stops mid-step and turns to me. You require proper clothing. Do I? I think this look has a certain charm, a bit daring, quite refined actually. Stay here. Such a commanding tone. He doesn't dignify me with a response. Rude. And disappears down the hall, leaving me alone. I take the opportunity to glance around. What was this place like before, when it was alive? She does yap a lot, it's great. And why does he seem so reluctant to talk about it? Before I can dig too deeply into my own curiosity, Shimon returns, carrying a neatly folded kimono. The moment my fingers brush the fabric, I notice something immediately. It's well kept. There's a faint lingering scent, soft, floral, and distinctly not his. A woman's scent. Whose kimono is this? Ask about the kimono or just thank him? I mean, she's on a yapping streak. It wouldn't hurt to ask. Oh, boss. Whose kimono did you just give me? He recoils slightly, as if I just hit a nerve. It was the only one left available. Was it? Nothing but silence. Curious. The fabric is elegant and preserved with care. Not the kind of thing a man like him would keep out of convenience. A funny thing, though. A forgotten garment wouldn't be this well kept. Are you going to change, or do you prefer to stand here and test my patience? Yeah. Oh, I love testing patience. But you already knew that. Ha. That's not a disagreement. Well, whoever this kimono belonged to, they mattered. A lover, perhaps? Thank you. And this hallway leads to the guest rooms. How many are there? Ooh, she's so cute with her hair up like that. More than enough, but they're unused. Don't worry, boss. I have plenty of ideas to bring life back to this place. I'll reserve judgment. He strides ahead before I can retort. There's something familiar in this. Not the walls, but the rhythm. Walking the halls, checking rooms, holding it all together. I did this for decades. I watch him just ahead, shoulders heavy in that way that I remember too well. Oh my god, there's so many head pats on one screen in particular. I should probably do something about those. Hang on. Was he always this quiet? Or did the ryokan take his voice like it tried to take mine? This is one of the guest rooms. Oh? He slides the shoji door open with a smooth motion, revealing the room inside. Well, this one's not completely hopeless. What a relief. I was worried. His voice is as dry as the air in here, but I catch the subtle, amused tone. Still, I wouldn't call it inviting. Feels more like the kind of room you want to give a guest when you don't actually want them to stay. I swish my tail, stepping further inside. A little warmth, a little charm, and this place could be something special. I simply cannot wait. Alright, first order of business. Who's cleaning all this? That would be you. My dear, you really think I'd fall for that? You're the Okami now. Yes, and a proper Okami delegates. Speaking of, where are all the staffs? Surely you weren't running this place alone. No, there were others. Where? The soldier spirit who cooked, a broom that never stopped sweeping, a lazy river dweller who barely did anything unless bribed. When my strength faded, they withdrew. Yokai bound to a place need energy to remain. Without it, they slumber or disappear. So they've been asleep this whole time? Perhaps, or waiting. I can no longer tell the difference. He says it like it doesn't hurt, but something in his voice tells me it does. His weight shifts. Something is off. Boss? His posture wavers. His balance falters. And before I know it, he collapses. Well, that can't be normal. Shimon! I move without thinking, catching him before he fully crumples to the floor. He is lighter than I expected. Surprisingly so. For someone built like a tragic mountain god, I thought I'd need divine intervention, or at least a sturdy wheelbarrow. Well now, look who still has upper body strength. You overdid it, didn't you? Silence. I sigh, pressing my fingers lightly to his wrist, checking the pulse beneath his skin. Wait, do you guys even have a pulse? I'm alive. I smooth the stray lock of white hair away from his mask, brushing it carefully behind his ear. You really don't take care of yourself, huh? Looks like he might respond, but in the end, he doesn't. Lucky for you, dear. You just hired the best Ookami there is. He groans softly. I take that as acceptance. Now, where's your room? Unnecessary. So he's one of those. The quiet, brooding types who wear their past like a second mask and dare you to ask what's underneath. Let me guess. You think he could sleep anywhere, don't you? Yes. No, absolutely not. If I let you, you'll curl up in some drafty hallway and waste away in your sleep. A proper ryokan master must have a proper room. He exhales, aggressively. The nerve. Look, you can fight me on this, or you can just tell me where it is, and I'll let you sleep in peace. Your choice. End of the hall. Alright, boss. Up we go. Shimon's room is unsurprising. It's organized, spotless even, but it's also the most lifeless space I've ever stepped into. This is the room of a man who decided to live his life as an aesthetic exercise in suffering. I shift my grip again, still surprised I'm carrying him at all, to be honest, and lowered him carefully onto the futon. The second he touched the mattress, his body fully gave into the exhaustion. You know, most people keep something in their room. A trinket, a book maybe, like anything that suggests that you have feelings. Silence, which is expected, but still. Help change his clothes, help take off his mask. I feel like taking off his mask without like explicit permission first might not go well. Just as a hunch. Because I don't know how important it is for him to keep that on, so I guess his clothes first. Shimon is drenched in sweat. Without thinking, I reach for the collar of his robe, loosening the fabric slightly to help him breathe. My fingers brush the warm skin of his chest. It's searing. His skin radiates an intense amount of heat. Give him some Tylenol. Maybe he'll get autism, but it's fine. It's a worthy sacrifice for how much he's in fever. Oh, Kami-sama. He's burning up. And yet, when I touch him, I'm the only one holding my breath. His hand twitches as he gestures toward the wooden chest in the corner. So is aware. I'm very much letting this happen. Your clothes are in there? He gives the smallest nod, head tilting, observing me. I move to the chest, slide it open. Inside, a stack of folded robes, identical in design. I grab one from the top in return. Alright, let's get you out of this, boss. No funny business. I'm doing this as a professional, a responsible adult. I kneel beside him, fingers brushing his shoulder as I pull the outer robe down slowly. The damp fabric clings before giving way. My palm accidentally grazes the curve of his back. Shimon inhales sharply. A tremor runs through his arm. Hold still, alright? Shimon exhales slowly now, then speaks with a low tone. You're very thorough, Ookami-sama. My fingers freeze just below his collarbone. My heart does something rather scandalous. This man is trembling, but he still has the gall to tease me like this. I swallow the urge to retort. There, that's better. He'll be back to grumbling at me in no time. I trace my thumb carefully along the edge of his sleeve. A light, pointless touch. I convince myself it's to adjust the fold. We both know it isn't. Sleep well, Shimon. Her facial expressions are very good. I really like the art. Art good. Humph. Now that that's settled, this sad, exhausted excuse for a tiger clearly doesn't know how to take care of himself, let alone run an entire ryokan. I mean, look at him. Gorgeous. Yes. Responsible. Questionable. He's lucky I'm here, or maybe I'm the unlucky one. Depends on the lighting. This is my mission now. No guests, no staff, just thick enough to grow mushrooms in, spirits loitering like they pay rent. Huh, not on my tatami. Alright, this place is a mess. Let's fix that. Eyes sharp, dust, cobwebs, gunk. Whatever doesn't belong, it's getting evicted. Interact with dirt, cobwebs, and evil spirits using mouse left click until they are removed from the environment. Let's go! This is still a ryokan, gosh darn it, and it'll start acting like one. Let's keep fighting and clearing every nook and cranny. The more I clean, the lighter the air will fill. The environment will change once you have cleaned everything. Okay, one of those. I think this hallway is pretty clean, actually. The entrance definitely needs some help. Right above the guest book? That's just rude. No one wants to sign in under a spider ambush. Silly. Yes, a cobweb to the face. More haunted manner than Ryokan, really. This poor plane is trying its best, so the creepy crawlies have to go. Of course there will be blood, because this inn didn't have enough horrific ambiance already. A little light would be nice, preferably the non-ominous kind. I can read and speak. So good. I think the windows are the only one dazzling this ryokan, thanks to the suspicious yellow stains. Heh, 6 out of 9, nice. This plant looks a little sad, but I guess I can't do anything about it. A torn scroll. Either someone left in a hurry and accidentally torn it, or a fight broke and this is the aftermath. Someone is still waiting here. But for what? Or who? Hi, there you are. There we go. One more thing. You know, if you're going to look inside the cupboard, at least offer to help dust. Silly. Room cleaned, yay, yippee! So much better. Okay, now the bridge. Well, that's either caused by swamp gas or a creature lurking underneath the water. I don't want to deal with either. That's fair. Hi, you in the window. A pair of glowing eyes in a dark room. Fantastic, that's exactly what I wanted today. Silly. Nature is reclaiming this place. I suppose I should reclaim it back. Oh, Just, no. Hands picking out. Oh, up there. It's just the wind, right? Right? Because there's mostly spirits out here. Not exactly the kind of soothing scenery I'd expect. Don't think about what caused it, just scrub it clean. Oh, here we go. Room cleaned, yay, yippee! I sat back, surveying my work with no small amount of satisfaction. The dust, gone. The cobwebs, vanquished. The evil spirits are probably migrating somewhere else. Then I hear footsteps behind me. I turn just as Shimon enters, and... oh, no. Why? Why is he handsome? Why does he look like that after barely a nap? I'd be honest, I don't notice much of a difference. His skin has color again, his shoulders look broader, his jawline is more defined, and I bet I can use it to slice mochi. Can sleeping for a little bit change his appearance so drastically? Is that even allowed? My gaze absolutely betrays me, and of course he notices. I clear my throat so hard I might have to dislodge my spine and immediately throw my hands toward the freshly cleaned lobby. Well, look who's up and walking. What do you think? It is acceptable. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I mishear? Because it sounded like you just undersold my miracle work. Everything is still standing. That is an improvement. I gasp, hands on my chest like he just struck me with a mortal wound. Everything is still standing, and after all I've done, this is the level of praise I get. Would you prefer a ceremony? A festival in your honor? A small compliment wouldn't hurt. I will see if the spirits can play instruments. Did he just joke back? Did my ears trick me? A minute, you're impressed. You did well. Wait, say it again. No. I need them to kiss immediately. Just once more, please, so I can cherish your compliment. I will say only this. It is nice to walk through a place that does not resemble an evil spirit's final resting place. Aha, victory. I fold my arms triumphantly. Well, I can't tell what his expression is under that mask, but I know that he approves. Perhaps it is time. Time? To reopen. Start gathering power again. Then let's do it! I step forward, tilting my head, watching him closely. I'll make this Ryokon shine again, boss. Just you watch. We will see. No, we will succeed. And this time, he doesn't argue. The Ryokon creaks as if exhaling for the first time in years. The dust may have settled, but the real chaos, it's only just beginning. This is fun. That was fun. That was so short. I kind of wish there was more. I do look forward to whenever the game comes out, though. Very good. Definitely add to your Steam wish list. That was fun. That was really cute. Solid hour. I like their dynamic. I guess this guy here is him. He looks so different without the mask on his face. They're cute. They need a smooch. The dynamic is iconic, lovely. 10 out of 10. Big piece. So true. The cleaning segment was also fun. I did, had to click spots multiple times as well to help clear it. Well, that was good. 10 out of 10. Thank you once again to the devs for letting me know to check out their game. This and Death and Phaeology were both good and enjoyable. And I liked that their feedback about how long it would take was very accurate. Very good. Yeah, I guess that's that.